So one thing that I want to talk to y'all about is something that I've gotten a lot of questions on, is how I'm keeping Georgia during her treatment. So currently, right now, I'm keeping her with her herd, and just turned loose out in the paddocks with them 24/7. We do not have stalls. We have run-in sheds, and they are kept as naturally, as I possibly can. And honestly, I really haven't handled Georgia a whole lot in her life. Yes, I halter broke her and trained her to lead. Yes, she gets her feet done every 6 weeks. Yes, when she turned a year old, I taught her how to get in and out of the horse trailer safely, to go to the vet, get her vaccines, things like that. But truth be told, I probably only put my hands on her maybe once a month. Besides just petting her, wandering around out in the pasture and paddocks and things like that. Other than that, very little minimal handling. And I plan to do most of that this spring. But injuries have decided that she's going to have to be handled a whole lot more. She's never been in a stall. She's never been stalled up. There is the option that we talked about with the vet of boarding her and keeping her in a stall, or somebody could put these medicines in her eyes and things, in that type of environment. I don't think she would not do well with that. She's not used to that. She's not an older horse that's already been conditioned and well trained for that. We don't do that here. We live out in the pastures as freely as possible. Going from already a traumatic experience of this eye injury and having medicines in, plus being taken away from her herd and stuck in a 12 by 12 box 24/7, I don't like it. I don't like the idea of that. I don't think she would do well with that, and that's not an option that I am comfortable with. So this is how we choose to do that. Now, Sherlock was here when all this happened, so he had my round pen paddock, for him, but he is going home now. So now what I'm going to do is keep her in it during the day, so hopefully she won't run around and buck and carry on and act quite, as frisky as she's been, because she is a yearling. You got to remember that this is a very young horse. So I'm hoping that she would be a little bit safer here in this. I haven't had any problems catching her. She always meets me right at the gate, and she's really simple to catch, so I really haven't been concerned about that aspect of it. But it does also allow me to feed her, because I give her Purina Outlast to help with any types of ulcers, so she's stressed, to help fight any stress. And so that's what we're going to start now, and also preparing her so that she can be comfortable being separated from her herd. She can still talk to them over the fence. They're right there beside her. But I'm going to start separating her all day long and then putting them back together at night, so that she is a lot more comfortable now being separated, because that is important for horses to be able to do, and all horses need to be able to do. I just wasn't quite planning on starting that training until she was just a little older, when she was around 2, but here we are. Also, if it does happen that she needs to have that eye removed, she is going to have to be stall bound for a while, so being separated from her crew and being in a smaller confined area may still happen. So this is good for her to start preparing her, for that. So that is the plan now. This is her second day doing this. She stays here in this paddock during the day, And then at night, after her last treatment, I opened up the gates and let her back in with her mom and her aunties. And then they spend the night together. So anyway, I hope that helps answers a little bit of questions on that. This has been a very trying time, and I don't think, no matter what your best scenarios are, it is difficult. And but we're doing it, and we're making it, and she's healing, and